Hi, Team Perfect. This is Katie checking in for our Thursday night live pajama party training. I hope you are all settled in with your PJs and a cup of hot chocolate, maybe some decaf coffee, whatever floats your boat. I've got water right here, not what I wanted, but you know, that is what it is. I'm going to kind of kick things off here, but I'm hoping that somebody will let me know if they can hear me so I don't get too far along. And once we get going here, what we're going to talk about tonight is going to be some May goal setting, and then I'm going to just cover a couple of other really fun things. But I hope you guys are doing all right. This has been kind of a crazy day here. Let's see, waiting for a little confirmation. So we are on May 1st, 2014, and holy moly, an extra 24 hours of April. That's been the craziest thing ever. It's sort of like when funny messages. It's sort of like when I don't know, you're racing, you think you see the finish line, you're running towards the race, and then you're like, oh wait, that wasn't the finish line, that was just a mile marker, I've still got a ways to go. That's kind of how it felt to me. But in the same way, it was really an exciting time where everybody could possibly have, hi, thank you, Vicki. Vicki can hear me, yay. So for people that were trying to reach promotions or possibly stay active who weren't active, or just trying to get their minimum volume in, whatever those things were, it was really nice to have that extra 24 hours available after the website glitches yesterday. So we're almost there. It's 9 o'clock, so we have about 2 to 3 more hours, depending on how the website holds up tonight, to get all of your stuff in. So if you are a Soar to Success person who started in March or anytime in March, your time started on April the 1st, so you had until April 30th, but technically you have until today. And then if you were a person who's going to be deactivated at midnight last night, you actually have until today. So if you don't have your 199 PV for the last 6 months, but you think you might want to kind of hang on and try it a little bit longer, and you want to get that in, you still have until midnight tonight as well to get that done. So that's kind of exciting. And then for some of my other sweet, sweet friends, one of my really good friends just reached director late last night. So that was super exciting. But she had today, of course, to just double check, make sure everything was good to go for her. So it's very exciting. Yay! So on that note, let's get going with May. May is a really big month for us because of Mother's Day, but after Mother's Day, things can kind of die down a little bit, and then we move into June and July where things can get kind of a little bit slower because it's summertime. And as you can imagine, school's out, and you know, maybe your neighbor really wants to have a jewelry bar, but all of her friends are going on vacations here and there, and they don't know who's going to be home and when. So notoriously, summertime and all months starting with J, January, June, and July, are a little bit slower across all direct sales companies, and ours as well. So tonight's not so much about what we can do to make that not happen. We're going to talk about really good basic business practices briefly, that if you do those, that's going to help your June and July be much better than you might imagine. So let's talk about goal setting and how that's related. So I read an article this week, and I also read a book last weekend on tape, and they both kind of resonated with me in a way that I wanted to share with all of you. So I'm going to refresh my Facebook page and make sure there's no technical issues. Nope, not even any posts. Is anybody out there? Rachel and Vicki are, thank you. So here's the deal. I listened to David Allen's Getting Things Done this weekend, and then I started looking for YouTube videos on how to implement David Allen's method. And if you're not familiar with it, it's like a bunch of lists, and then you go over your lists and you track your lists and whatever. People who aren't into that sort of thing are going to be really bored, so I'm not going to talk about it. But I tend to make a ton of lists anyway. They're all over the place. It's kind of messy. I think I'm organized, but I'm not really. So when I make all my lists, I don't necessarily get a lot of stuff done. And one of the things that he kept saying throughout the book was the next action or the next actionable item to get towards a goal, or a thing that you have to do. So whether it's like I have to get a present for my mom for Mother's Day, of course it would be Origami Owl, but my mom's a designer, y'all, so that's off. I mean, I can't really just go buy her, I can't get her a locket. So anybody whose mom is not a designer, well, that's a different story. You guys know Origami Owl is your gift of choice. So that's on my list. I've got to, hi Jonna. So I've got to come up with a gift for my mom. So what's my next action on that? Go shopping? I don't know. My actual chosen next action was to spend 30 minutes on Pinterest looking for Mother's Day crafts, because my mom would love something homemade that has Chloe's handprints or something on it. So that would be really preferable for her as a Mother's Day gift. So my next action is that. How is this related to Origami Owl? Okay. One thing that stuck in my head from the book was the next action. And so as I am going about everything that I'm doing, I keep thinking about that, because I will put things on my list that don't have actions related to them. One of the things on my list is to reach director. Now, y'all know that, okay? I've been talking about it for a year now. So we're really, really close, and I'm super excited, and I want to reach that goal. It's a big deal for me. I want that title, and I want to be able to, I want the recognition. I want to walk across stage at convention in a fancy dress. I want my name to be on the board behind me. I'm super excited about that, and I really want it to happen this year. So I'm one of those people who does like the visualizing, blah, blah, blah. I understand that for designers that are just starting out, me sharing that goal with you might not be all that inspiring. Like, okay, great, Katie, you're going to walk across stage. And everybody is motivated by different things. So some people really are motivated by recognition, seeing their name, walking across stage. Other people are not. Some people are really motivated by money, and they want their income level to be higher. And they have a hard time relating to people who aren't so motivated by money. They're like, why wouldn't you do 5 jewelry bars in a month? Because you're going to increase your income by double by doing that. Well, if someone's not that motivated by money, they're going to have a hard time relating to that. So there's all these different types of motivation. Long story short, I am super motivated by getting to director, finally. So that's going to happen in May. I can really see it happening. We are literally 3 people away in our structure. So I can see it happening. Now, I started writing down my goals over the weekend, and I kept thinking, like, what is my next action? And I was coming up with all of these things that I thought I needed to do. But really, what I need to do is get those 3 spots filled. Now, the action there is going to be calling potential recruits. I hate that word, I'm sorry. Potential new team members. But my action is to get my tail on the phone with the people that I think want to sign up, that I can help help my team out and help promote everybody, because we have to have like 4 levels of people promote for me to reach my director goal. Excuse me. Backing up one step, when I was thinking about how am I going to hit this goal, what am I going to do? What I really had for my first action, that I even forgot to tell you until now because I did it right away, was sit down and draw out the entire tree of the team of all 350 people that we have now. Holy moly. I used Excel, so it wasn't really by hand. And put big boxes around the open spots that we need to have filled for the full structure for director to be met. So that was my first action. So getting on the phone is important, but so what? Like, I called some people signed up. That doesn't really help me. I need to find out where these holes are so that we can start filling them. Now I know who to work with. I know exactly which team members I need to call and say, can I come with you on a recruiting meeting? I know somebody in your area. Would you like to meet her? You know, whatever it is. Okay. On your videos. So I don't remember what I said about it, and if you haven't watched it, this is all new to you anyway. If you did watch it, it's May 1st, so guess what? Time to fill it out again. Every single 30 days that passes, you want to do this. So here's how you fill out your SMART Goals worksheet. The first and most important part is this little section right here, which is your why. Okay. If you don't know the reason why you're doing something, then you're not going to really be motivated to stick with it. So you want to think about your why. So I have a couple of different whys, but I try to stick with like the most important one for me when I'm filling this out. It's the compelling one, the one that I'm kind of emotionally attached to. And for me right now, my why for hitting director in May is so that I can walk across stage at convention. Because if I don't hit it in May, I can't walk at convention. If I hit it in June, I'll walk at convention next year. So anyway, I want to go this year. But my real why for working with Origami Owl and loving what I do with this company is to help other women find the strength, courage, and power where they didn't know it already existed, and to help hold the flashlight while they forge their own way to the success of their choosing. So for me, this position is really about helping other people to figure out what it is you want and help you make a plan to get it, and then help you with the emotional support to reach that goal. So a lot of times it's overcoming the belief that you're shy, or overcoming the idea that you're not a salesperson, you know, those kinds of things. So my job is to help lay things out in kind of a different way to show you that you're not being pushy when you call someone and say, today is the last day to order with ground shipping. I wanted to let you know, just in case you wanted to place an order, I don't need you to, if you wanted to place one, I didn't want you to remember tomorrow, and then shipping is going to be $14.95. Today it's only $5.95. That's not pushy. That's being really nice. I still think it's just as nice as when the flower people call my husband 6 days before my birthday every year and say, well, hello, John. Would you like to order some flowers for your wife's birthday? Last year we did this arrangement at this price. This year we'd like to suggest the same price with some different flowers. How about we try these? I mean, they're amazing people, and we don't think it's pushy, and we don't think it's salesy. We think it is amazing customer service. So one of my biggest reasons, for doing what I do is to be able to show every one of you that this is not about sales. This is not about being shy or not being shy. It's about deciding what you want and then making the plan and following the path to get there. Your why might be that you want to leave your horrible, crappy, terrible job. Your why might be you don't want to wake up another Monday morning and have to get dressed and go to that job. Your why might be that you really want to stay home with your kids, because kids make me want to go crazy, but they really are cool, and being away from them more than you want to be is awful. So I totally get all of those things. Maybe you want some more financial stability. So some of us are in, let's say our husbands have jobs that are highly fluctuating. Maybe our own job fluctuates with our income. Maybe we're in some kind of commission-based or hours-based position. Who knows? And having something like Origami Owl is a way for you to have long-term financial stability and a little bit more control, because you know if you work those jewelry bars, you're going to be making the income that you need. So whatever your why is, that's it. Fill out your why first. The next thing you fill out is where I am today. If you're just starting out, this is going to be fun and easy because you don't really have answers yet. So today is May 1st, 2014. Y'all can see this. My current career level is ETL. I hold about 3 jewelry bars and 1 event a month. That's because most months I try to just do 1 thing every weekend. But a lot of times it sneaks up and then I get 2 things in a weekend. But then the following weekend won't get canceled. So I end up on average having 3 and an event. Currently, I personally have about 1,000 PV every month. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, but usually it's right around 1,000. And that's a good average for me. And then I have a client base of probably about 400 people, and I probably bring home about $6,500 a month for the combination of what I get on my team overrides and then what I make at my jewelry bars. Just so anybody who's new understands that this is kind of a weird number, why wouldn't I know my actual PV? It's because I am kind of old school and I do the make and take parties, so I don't always reorder exactly 100% of what I sold. So sometimes my sales are higher, my PV is lower. Sometimes my PV is higher, but my sales are lower. So that's why I kind of average it out. Okay, let me hit refresh and see if anybody has any questions yet. Y'all are like, hello, Katie, we know how to fill out the goals form. Okay, here's the fun and interesting part of our SMART goals sheet. On page 2, a lot of times people think that this is backwards. 90 days, 60 days, 30 days. It's not backwards, and you're supposed to start at the top. So we are huge believers at this company in the concept that you can have any business you want in 90 days. If you literally have your heart and mind set on it, and you do the actions to get there and make it happen, you are going to be where you want to be in 90 days. And if you're not exactly there, you're going to be pretty daggone close. So your goal is to look ahead 90 days from now and think about the kind of business that you want to have at that point. So for me, I would like to be director. I'm not going to shoot a goal right now for being like senior director in 90 days because that's August 1st. That's going to be a couple days after we get back from convention. So I don't think that's happening in the next 3 months. If y'all want to surprise me, go right ahead. That means I would be a director and one of y'all would be a director. Very cool. You never know, Rachel. Going to give you a little shout out. Getting crazy promoting every month, so we'll see what happens with you. Maybe you will be director by August 1st. Okay. So what you're going to be thinking about when you look at your goals sheet is how big do you want your team to be? Well, I just told you guys we're at 350 right now. So my goal is that we're going to be at 500 by August 1st. So 150 people, that's at 50% growth from where we are now in the next 3 months. I am a huge believer that this can happen. That goal sounds really big to me. It's kind of a stretch goal. It's not like a crazy, like out in there, crazy land goal. But we have been consistently above 300 people for months now. I'm glad we're at 350 right now, but a couple people will drop off due to inactivity. So over time, you build and drop and build and drop. But we've been over 300 for months and months. So that feels really good. And I feel like stretching to a new level, like 500, is going to take a little bit of a push for everybody. But with this Soar to Success program, holy moly. Okay, Soar to Success is magical. Now, Rachel. So Rachel's like, I'm trying to get you the director. And I'm like, Rachel, I'm trying to get you the director. Let's both work together on both of these. Okay, so what was I going to say? 500 people on the team. Soar to Success is kicking butt. This is amazing. So in case you're not aware, Soar to Success is the new program that's available to new designers. And it has incentives. I should probably just show you. Let's see here. Soar to Success. Is this it? This is it. All right. It's been a whole week, y'all. Let me see if I can share my screen. Screen share. Yes. This one. Start screen share. Okay. Soar to Success is amazing. Now, here's why. You have a new person on your team, and the company is offering them incentives for reaching 500 PV per month for each of those first 3 months, and then also offering them an additional incentive for the first 3 people they sponsor within those 90 days. Amazing. Amazing. There's nothing like this. Okay, let me go back. And back to me. Okay. Oh, I hate it when it switches back and I'm like, what's happening on my computer? We won't do that anymore. So Soar to Success is adding breathing life into our team in a way that I had no idea was going to happen. So our amazing company started with that iPad promotion, and they tried to offer this. You get 3 people, they each do 500 in the next 30 days, and then you're going to earn an iPad mini with O2 on the back. Incredible. The response was astounding, and we added, like, I don't know, 18 people that month. Craziness. Maybe 20. So the next month I'm thinking, okay, awesome, it'll probably be lower. It's not. It's higher. So in April, we added like 27 people. Yes, it was 27. So anyway, it kind of freaked me out because I wasn't expecting it to be that huge, that much bigger than the previous month and huge again after a big month. The thing is, Soar to Success is inspiring all of your new people to just try. They're thinking, I want one of those $40 vintage weekender bags. They're so cool. They look like old bowling bags. Y'all know me. I've got a bunch of them. You can't really see them over there. So I always use my polka dot bags. But seriously, look. They're right here. Okay? I got these. I don't want to show you my office. It's messy. Oh. This bag is amazing. One day I'll show you guys how I pack for my jewelry bar. But those white trays with the charm trays inside. They fit right in the bottom, and I stack up 4 of them inside there, and then I have a folded jewelry bag on top. It's awesome. Okay, so Sort of Success is breathing life into our team and the entire company. So the goal of me having 500 people on my team in 3 months is not that big of a goal, because I know that I'm adding lots of new people, and each of you are adding new people, and the new people themselves are inspired in a way that nobody else has been inspired. Because last year, when y'all all signed up, all my people who were here last year, y'all didn't have that incentive. I mean, nobody said, hey, add 3 people in 3 months and we'll give you a ton of stuff. I mean, that's awesome. So my little quick tip on the side here is, if your business is kind of like, if you're feeling a little ho-hum, just go get 1 new person, just 1. And I know a lot of you have mentioned in the past you don't like it when anybody says go get, because it's hard. I know it's hard. I'm not saying you just walk out your front door and you see your neighbor walking her dog and you say, hey, have you ever heard of Origami Owl? Look what I've got. Look what I sell. Do you want to come see my bracelet? Let's have a party. I think you'd be great at this. Okay, we're not talking about that. And we did a whole video on recruiting. I'm just saying, go water those seeds a little more actively, those seeds that you've already planted. Anybody who's liking those pages, those pictures on your Facebook fan page, anybody who's ever said, gosh, I really like your locket, whoever, just reach out. You just never know until you reach out. I have had so many people join my team who literally, I said to myself, I'm just going to say it. It's in the back of my mind going, Katie, you ought to say it. You ought to say it. She's looking at my locket. You're looking at this. Or maybe my customer, I met a customer earlier this week, and she just wanted to buy from me for like the 4th time. And I just said, hey, you know, you really seem to like our product. So if you are interested in signing up, you could get this at a discount. I mean, like, I was like, am I really going to say this? Like, it's playing in the back of my head. Totally said it. I think I even chickened out and said it on Facebook because I was being a wuss. Let me see what I said. I'm going to look at my messages because it's kind of funny. I was laughing at myself. Do y'all ever laugh at yourself? When you're like, I'm being a chicken. Okay, so even I get little chicken cold feet sometimes. What did I say? I'm almost there. Sorry for the wait. You know, if you decide to sell this, you can get it at a discount. I love having your business. I just feel compelled to mention the business opportunity to my great customers who buy from me often, like you. Okay? How cool is that? It's totally random. Well, she was like, hey, I really want this locket, so let's meet tomorrow, blah, blah. So we met. It was great. And I showed her all the new stuff, and I showed her all the new supplements, and I was just excited, my normal crazy excited self, with lots of smiles because I can't help that. And then as we're finishing our lunch, she goes, so tell me a little bit more about this. Like, literally, she brought it up, you guys. So this stuff happens if you just plant the seed, and then you water, and then you're excited, and then you water, and then you share the new product, and you're excited. Like, all of that stuff is just watering it. Okay, I'm totally rambling on a tangent here, but it brings me to this exciting number. I've set a goal to try. I will personally add 10 designers, and my whole team will add 50 in the month of July, so by August 1st. That's huge. 10 in a month is kind of big, but I know a lot of people who have done a lot more than that, and I think I can do it. It's kind of crazy. I'm a little nervous because I'm just telling y'all that I'm going to try to do 10 a month. So guess what? After you set your 90-day goals, then you move backwards. So I was looking at this going, okay, well, I want to have 10 myself. I bet my team could add 50 by then, and we'll reach 500. So then I went backwards and went down here and said, okay, well, I'll do 10 that month too, and y'all will do 50, and then I'll do 10, and y'all will do 50. So this is working. I'm looking at sorry, I'm backwards here. So if we look at the bottom, I was like, okay, this means I will have a team size of 380. I'm at 350 right now, so 380 next month, maybe 425 the next month, because as the team gets bigger, it grows bigger, and then 500. Okay, do these numbers scare you a lot? Take off the last digit. Here's a Sharpie. Here's what we're going to do for you. Let's try this. I will add 1. If you have a team, maybe your team will add 5. Maybe if you're a bigger team, you're looking at a number more like 38. Okay? If you're just starting, that number can be 1, and then that number can be 1. That's totally cool. So don't be afraid to take the zeros off of those. Okay, so these are SMART goals. They're amazing. You should fill them out every 30 days. You put them on your board. Right here on the wall where you can see them all the time. Don't stick them in a notebook because you're not going to look at them. So just stick them on your wall or your bathroom mirror. Read them every day. They're super awesome. I think SMART goals are great. I think they're helpful. However, all they are is numbers. There are things that people can do with those. Some people are huge believers in visualization. So you get, let's say you get on your, got distracted. Something popped up on Facebook. Oh, John just asked a great question about getting somebody to sign up. If she's local to you, I'm going to give you a great tip that I just heard about from the amazing, magnificent Sarah Robbins. If she's not local, then we'll try something else. But here is what I would do. Here is what I'm doing going forward. Instead of saying, here is my card with my number on it, and you can just go to my site where it says join and just put my number in and sign up and then call me and tell me you're done. Yay! Sarah Robbins said, have a sponsoring appointment. And I think it's genius. So basically you do this. And all you new designers, tell me if you like this idea because I thought it was magical. And maybe it sounds annoying and a little too hand-holding. Somebody says, I really want to sign up. And I say, awesome. Come to my house tomorrow at 10 o'clock or whatever. I'll meet you at Starbucks tonight at 7:30 after work, whatever it is. You guys get together wherever there's internet and you walk her through the process and get her signed up right there while you're sitting next to her. Then she doesn't just like put in her credit card and hit submit and then it's like midnight and she's by herself and she can't call you because it's the middle of the night and she's waiting for the email and the email doesn't show up right away and she doesn't know what to do and she's like, all right, I guess my kit will be here in like 5 days, maybe 10. When am I going to get it? I don't know. Okay, instead, you invite her over or you meet her at Starbucks, and I'm not plugging in Starbucks. Go to your local coffee shop and get your organic fair trade coffee, and it tastes so much better. Go wherever you want. I love my coffee. I love my coffee anyway, anywhere I can get it. Is it in here? It is. I'm going to show y'all my locket tonight. Let's see if it'll work. That coffee is right back there. It's sideways. It's hard to see right now. Oh, terrible. Why is it so hard to show lockets on monitors? Here we go. Focus. Can you focus? No. Oh, it almost focused. The glare is awful. There we go. Yes. Love, Mom, wedding ring, pearl. I've got a little scooter in there just for summertime. My coffee. It's better to see the coffee on the back there, I guess. Okay, I'm done showing you my coffee locket. All right. Sponsoring appointment. Genius idea. So you sit down together. You help with any technical issues. You make sure she's on your site, which is the most important part. You help make sure her credit card goes through. You help her pick a name for her website. You tell her write down that password that you're making up right now. And then she hits submit. And you're like, yes, high five, bam, let me buy you a grande chai latte with 3 shots of espresso in it. No, wait, that's just me. And then you help her log in right then and there. You're like, hey, let's log in. Let's see your website. Do you have a picture here on your computer? Maybe you want to take your Facebook profile picture. Let's upload that right now. Let me tell you where you can find all of the things in the back office that you can spend a lot of time on. We're going to do all of those training videos. Go take a look over here. Now, let's hop on Facebook. I'm going to add you to Team Perfect and to the Shining Jewels team so you can see all of these places where you can get support. This is Katie. This is Christine. Like, can you imagine how welcoming that feels? It's like a mini 30-minute orientation. So the sponsoring appointment is genius. And they leave feeling like they have this little plan. They're like, I'm going to go home and watch all these videos. I'm going to fill out my Hot 100 list, and I'm going to plan my launch party, and I'm not going to buy anything for my display. Because unfortunately, usually people don't plan and they don't call anybody, and then they go and spend $100 on display stuff that they don't need. So you can just have that meeting with them and get them going. That's my answer for you, Jonna. Hope you heard all that. Okay, back to these guys. 9:30, yes. Okay, so on to the second article the second thing I read. The first thing was my book, Getting Things Done, and then the second thing was this article that a dear friend of mine sent to me, and I just thought it was genius. And I'm going to post the link for y'all. But it is, her name is, oh my gosh, oh, sorry. I was up late last night working on PV issues on the computer. Charlotta Hughes. She is a life coach. Anyway, she wrote this really cool article about race. Can y'all see that? Probably not. Race towards your success and dreams. Awesome. Okay. I made a better visual for you. We're going to go. This is what we call analog. So some people would make a cute thing in Paint or PowerPoint, and I'm like, here is a piece of paper that I wrote down what I'm going to tell you on. Okay, so she basically says, SMART goals are good. Okay, if y'all don't know what SMART stands for, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, or time constrained. So those things right there are really important for defining the goal itself. So she explains that race is about the person, so you. The goal is what you want. The race is about you. So here's her acronym: responsibility, action, commitment, and emotional. So responsibility. You personally have to take responsibility for your goal. So you don't want, like, I don't want anybody out there saying, hey, I want to get to this goal because I want Katie to get to her goal. Because guess what? That is not, you have no responsibility over that. And besides, even if you get to that thing, I'm not necessarily going to get to my thing because a whole lot of dominoes got to be in the perfect spots for all of this to work out. So responsibility. I'm a little distracted from my notes, which are over here. So I want to see what she said about responsibility that I thought was so good. But basically she says responsibility is sort of like ownership, and you have to take full responsibility of your goals and dreams. And they can't be based on something that you're waiting for other people to do, such as somebody else giving you an opportunity, somebody else apologizing to you, somebody else giving you anything at all. Any goal that you have that involves relying 100% on somebody else is not going to happen. Now, you're going to say, I can't force people to sign up. This is true. You can't make somebody sign up on your team. So true. However, you can use the rules that are out there, which is a numbers rules, and that 1 out of 10 people that you ask to sign up is going to do it. And so that means that I have to ask 30, is that right? Oh wait, I got my numbers wrong. I think it's 1 out of 30 that you ask to sign up is definitely going to do it. And 1 out of 10 is going to be interested. So 1 out of every 10 calls that you make, you're definitely going to get a sale or a booking. So the 1 out of 30 is the number that, which means I have to make like 300 phone calls this month so that I can get my 10 people. It's kind of crazy. Good thing I'm good at my job because maybe it won't be 300. And guess what? If it is, I'm going to be even better at my job next month. Okay, so I have to take responsibility, which means I can't whine to my mentor and tell her nobody's signing up. Boo-hoo. Nobody's signing up on my team. I keep putting it out there. Okay, so instead I have to take responsibility and say, okay, Katie, what are you doing to get to your goals? Am I fully committed? Am I doing the work to get there? And have I actually asked people? A lot of times people tell me this one. Nobody wants to book a party. And my answer is, are you asking them? And they say yes. And I say, are you really saying, hello, friend Angela. I would like for you to book a party with me in May. I think Saturday the 10th or Friday the 9th would be great days for you to get all your girlfriends together and have a little jewelry bar at your house. What do you think? Okay, is anybody saying that? Not the people who are whining. You can say that. You really can. Go practice in your mirror. You can say something, whatever feels more like yourself, but you have to ask. So if you're using this excuse, take it out of your vocabulary. They all know I sell. If they wanted to have a party, they would just ask me. No, they wouldn't. Okay, I'm done. That's responsibility. You have to take responsibility for you and your goals. End of story. When this one's out of whack, y'all drive your mentors crazy. I just want you to know that. When you're not taking responsibility for yourself or for your goals, the people who are trying to help you are losing their minds. Okay, step 2 here, action. We have to do things. Goals don't just happen. They don't just fall out of thin air and just say poof. You've got to be out there working your job. So if your goal is one person, if you really do want to have, that's the wrong one new person, that's amazing. I'm sorry if I'm pointing to the wrong thing. So if you want to have one new person, you got to talk to people about it. No one's going to fall in your lap. You've got to have jewelry bars and offer the opportunity while you're at the jewelry bar. If you want to have jewelry bars, you have to ask people if they would like to have a jewelry bar and then do it. So that's our action step here. Boop. Now I can look at that for a second while I check my notes. And then she said the magic words. Focus on taking at least one small action every single day. That's awesome. You should touch your business every day, is what people say. But the action part is so important. So if you're not calling people, try to make one phone call a day. If you get, oh, somebody lost me. I don't think anything happened to the feed, Paula. If anybody else lost me, let me know. I'm still good on this side, so maybe you can refresh, hopefully. I hope this is recording because I'm talking a lot. Okay, so she says do one small thing every day. And my Getting Things Done book said the same thing. He was talking about action, 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 action. We can think and plan and talk and decide and dream and visualize and all of these awesome things. But until we are doing, nothing's going to happen. So that comes back to responsibility. Like you have to take responsibility and you have to do it. And this is like kind of the same thing. Responsibility and doing. Okay, commitment, hooray! If you're not committed to your goal, then nothing's going to happen, clearly. Aha. My favorite example that she gave in her article was about being committed to a weight loss goal, and when your thing, whatever it is calling to you, cupcake, sticky bun, Starbucks, pizza. We're women, it's not usually pizza, let's be honest here. It might be a cupcake, it might be chocolate, it might be ice cream, it's probably coffee in some sort, or wine, or both. Okay, I'm done. Being 100% committed to whatever your goal is the only way that you're going to stay on course when things that are leading you off your course come into your path, such as excuses that you want to take, things you might rather be doing than making phone calls, like cleaning your desk. There's lots of opportunities that you can be taken away from your goal and distracted from it. But your commitment is going to keep you there. So we're just going to go through this little like race acronym here. It is Starbucks. So responsibility, action, and commitment. So clearly your commitment level is going to tell you whether or not you're going to get there. I am 100% committed to reaching director in May. 100%. I'm taking daily action, and I'm taking 100% responsibility. Okay, last one is emotional. So she talks about emotional, the most important rule for our personal success is to be emotionally attached to our goals. Your goal has to be your friend that gets you through the hard times. Like when I think about not wanting to get on the phone and call people because I feel overwhelmed, or as Dawn used to say, Dawn Shea, who I liked a lot, and she went on to a different company, She used to say, sometimes that phone weighs 500 pounds, and you're like, I just can't pick it up to make that call. I love that. I just think it's such a good visual. So when you are distracted from your goal and maybe even feeling not quite as committed, that emotional attachment should get you through. Like, that's the thing. That's why your why back here, this why is so important. Your why should make you cry. So some people want to go build orphanages. Some people want to buy their mom a house. Some people want to be debt-free. Like, whatever it is, you need to find the thing that you are emotionally committed to. And let me tell you, when I reach my goal, I'm going to cry. And then it'll be time for me to have a new goal, and I'm sure it will be much more inspiring than my current one for everybody else. But this one's pretty inspiring for me. So we're going to race towards our SMART goals. Boop. I don't have a worksheet for this because you don't really fill something out that says, what's my responsibility? It's more like, I am going to take responsibility. I am going to take action. I am committed, and I am emotionally attached. So it's kind of like check in with the RACE acronym while you're doing your SMART goals. Okay, 9:43. One of my favorite quotes about motivation is the little joking quote that says, some people say motivation doesn't last. And I say, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. And I love it because it reminds me that it's okay if I wake up tomorrow morning and I don't feel quite as motivated towards my goal as I did today. But it's my job to get myself back up off my bottom and remotivate myself to go reach that goal. So sometimes I need a little bit of visualization, or sometimes I need to go get on my Pinterest board of funny and inspiring words. Whatever it is, it's my responsibility to motivate myself every day, or to at least know where to go to get the motivation that I need. So one of the things that I've done is started listening to all of these amazing YouTube trainings. I have done YouTube searches on definitely Sarah Robbins. I love her. But anybody who's motivational. I started looking at getting things done. I started listening to just any kind of like empowering people who speak to you about whether it's direct sales or selling in general or goal setting and reaching it and personal empowerment, all of those kinds of things. Find yourself some YouTube videos and just go watch one or two. Don't spend all day. Just go watch one and then say, if you like it, watch it every day for a week, and when you wake up in the morning, get yourself motivated. Motivation is needed daily. Okay, last thing I wanted to tell you guys, this is sort of related and sort of not. So sorry for the little jump here on the goal-getting talk. I just wanted to make sure that I talked about this because when we're talking about getting to our goals and having people who have like a lot of hope and ambition one day, and then they're like finding themselves stuck in a rut, and that this happens all the time. It's very normal. It's kind of like New Year's resolutions. You think you're going to do something awesome, and then it's like, oh, okay. So for people who are wanting to relaunch their Origami Owl business, this is the question I'm getting a whole lot right now. I talked a couple of weeks ago. If you're stuck in a rut, here's some ideas. I think that main idea was doing kind of customer service week, getting out all of your old order forms and calling every single person that you've ever talked to about Origami Owl. Again, it's a great way to do it. If you have someone on your team who is kind of relaunching their business because they've been gone for like 6 months and they've just said, okay, I'm going to pay my $199 today. I want to stay active. I'm going to give this another 6 months to be what I dreamed it could be. Here are my suggestions for you and suggestions that I'm taking myself. Okay, I like to ask those particular designers if it's okay, can I have their permission to treat them like a brand new designer? Is it okay if I put you in my new designer book? So I would like to send you my getting started email. I would like to check in with you every day for the first 14 days to see how it's going. I would like to walk you through having a relaunch party and possibly attend if I'm there. I want to give you advice on how to start your business and relearn our culture, because our culture changes rapidly, And if you don't relearn it, then you're going to still feel lost. So I have some very good friends who were super gung-ho with Origami Owl in the beginning and have been busy or life got crazy or whatever, and they've been gone 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. Maybe they've had a couple of PV orders in there, but they're not feeling in. They don't know that we currently have, this year so far, a catalog and 3 supplements, and we just got a new one today. They don't know that. They don't know that our charms are now seasonal and collectible, and while not every single one of them is marked as limited edition, we should start planning for things to retire. They don't know that we now have, I haven't counted lately, 800-ish items in our catalog and supplements combined, and not only is it now available in Spanish, surprise, and now we can get designers in Puerto Rico, surprise. They don't know that you're not supposed to have 3 of everything in the catalog anymore. If you guys don't know this, when we first started, okay, look, this is our first takeout menu, okay? Oh, isn't it cute? Look, it's 1 page, you guys, okay? It's a front and a back. This is our starter. It was incredible, but you really did try to have 3 or 4 of everything so that when you had a party, people could get whatever they wanted. And if you had, I mean, if you only have 1 of everything and then people have twins or triplets, you're stuck on the birthstone situation. So anyway, that was the old school way. The new school way is to have a sampling of things and place orders, because otherwise you're dragging around inventory for a year and it's getting beat up and you're trying to sell somebody a plate that's all scratched and then they're saying, do you have one without a scratch on it? I mean, nobody wants to be doing that. You don't want to be, you just don't want to drag it around in your bag for so long and then try to sell it off your table. We're doing orders because that keeps your inventory costs low, your overhead is low, and fresh product is always coming in for your customers. They're getting brand new items straight from the warehouse. There's so many great things. But my original girls, they don't know that. These girls, this is going to blow their minds. What? Graduation? We have had 2 supplements come out in 2 weeks. How confusing could that be? We have bracelets? What? No, I'm just kidding. They're not saying that. They are saying we have earrings. What? So, and Bella just said we have something new, a whole new line coming out with the fall launch that's going to be announced at convention. So my suggestion is when you have somebody come to you and say, I'm ready to launch, what you just say, can I have your permission to treat you just like a brand new designer? I'm going to show you where to go in the new back office to watch all the videos. I'm going to point you towards Katie's YouTube training so that you can get up to speed on our culture, on our changes, and what we're trying to do as a team, as a group, and as a company. After you get that far, I'm going to suggest, hey, have a relaunch party. We have so much new stuff. You're going to be shocked. Have a relaunch and invite every customer you have ever had to come to your house. They're not all going to come. Don't worry. It's okay. And have a relaunch and have all of our new products, supplements, not products, sorry, our supplements, catalogs, and some, but probably not all, of the new products out to show. And, or, hey, if you're the mentor, say, call me, and I will see what I can pull out of my inventory to help you with some samples for your relaunch party. I mean, what a way to get going. So, deep breath there. That's the #1 question I'm getting, and it is related to our goals setting workshop here, because I would want you to include this goal setting process and reevaluation when you're speaking with somebody who wants to relaunch their Origami Owl journey. There are a lot of people who are realizing this company is going to be sticking around for a long time. It's growing. It has some really pretty cool new stuff coming out all the time. And yeah, sorry, I was just thinking about some rumors that I heard about what's going to be in the new Spanish market takeout menu, and I'm super excited. But I'm not going to spill the beans. And they're all rumors anyway. I don't know any facts, just rumors. But I'm hopeful. Okay, so having said all that, I have covered goal setting. Oh, yes, that's the last thing. So I've covered goal setting, SMART goals, and racing toward your SMART goals. I've covered relaunching your Origami Owl business. And then I also wanted to talk about May parties. Woo-hoo-hoo! So I was thinking maybe on Monday we should have a May booking blitz. So if you guys would be interested in that, just let me know, because I think it sounds like fun. And here's one of the thoughts that I had. Calls are always going to be the best way to get people to tell you if they can have a party or not, but I understand there's a lot of non-traditional booking going on. So I'm considering offering a non-traditional booking blitz, which would include extra points for phone calls, but also some of these maybe scripts and ideas for everything from a Facebook message to a text message that says something about like, "Hey gorgeous, how you been? Lots of awesome new product. Want to have a party in May? Question mark." Sounds really casual, but if it's somebody that you really only text with, then it would be kind of awkward for you to call, and they'd be like, "Hey girl, you all right?" Because you never call them, then you don't want to call them and freak them out. So I get that. Anyway, I'm thinking about doing a booking blitz Monday. And then other quick announcements. May, we're going to have a team meeting locally in the Austin area. Woo, in person. Surprise, we're also going to have a meeting in Dallas in May, working on picking the date. So Dallas area, all of you Dallas gals, I'm thinking middle-ish of May, like maybe the 14th, maybe the 21st weekday. I'll be there all day. I'll do some personal appointments, and then we'll do a group session in addition to that. And then last but not least, y'all got to go to convention. It's amazing. I have no convention paraphernalia to show you here. Convention is amazing. Still no paraphernalia. My desk is so messy, I should have something out here. I was just looking at it. Oh, here's one. No, this is from SOAR. Here's an example. You get crazy fun things like this. "Hello, love. A sweet surprise. Look at all those charms." This is when we had SOAR like 2 years ago at Valentine's Day, and I keep that stuff, so now some of that's retired. But anyway, if you have questions on any of that, let me know. But you have to get to convention, and you have to get your team to convention, because there's no way that you can inspire your team the way that entire weekend with Origami Owl and drinking the aqua Kool-Aid would inspire people. Just amazing. Okay, I'm going to ask if there's any questions real quick. That's what it was. And I did want to say, you know how I was saying that I want to be director so I can walk across stage at convention? If you have a goal and you want to walk across stage at convention, like all of the senior team leaders get to walk across stage at convention. I think team leaders do too. I don't think leading designers do. Last year they had team leaders walk though, and it was pretty cool. So team leaders, senior team leaders, ATLs, and then the directors were on the gala night, which is pretty exciting. But if you want to walk across stage at convention, you got to get your ticket and you got to get your promotion by the end of May. Magical day here. May the 31st. Yay! So we're here. This is there. You can do a lot of stuff. If you want to reach something by then, you just reach out and contact me, and I'll help you make a plan. You can also contact your mentor, whoever she is. She would love to help you. All right, ladies. Refreshing for any questions. You are welcome, John, and thanks for commenting back. Yes, give it a try. Otherwise, I will also help you. Paula, no comment from you. I think you still lost the feed. I don't know. All right, ladies. I'm going to sign off and see if there's any questions on Facebook. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Hope you all are doing awesome. And happy May.